Hello everyone, and welcome back to Surviving Mars, Green Planet, and Below and Beyond. Well, last video, I did a bit of a boo-boo. Basically, I've got to ban fuel from the Universal Depot, and now I have to buy some emergency stuff to fix it. Because of this, the dome is also not ready, so we can't land our colonists, which are waiting in orbit and could potentially die. As you can see, still says fuel explosion, resources lost. Oh wow, that's going to come close. One more salt until they, well, basically die in orbit because of no more oxygen or food or something like that. Which surviving Mars, you could not reach the Universal Depot. Well, that explains why the basic resources weren't being fed into the dome. The resources that I am getting on Mars actively. And there goes the dome. Whoa, I really hope that I'm able to land the rocket just before they run out. Well, now I can land it, but I still don't have the basic services set up, so come on. We're probably going to go very research intensive. And here come the supply pods. And the first one. And the second one. And buy another supply pod because I just realized we don't have enough electronics and machine parts. What could I cram else in this life pod? Supply pod, not life pod. I forget that I'm not talking about Subnautica, which I sometimes also play. But I still do not have the courage to try to make a Subnautica YouTube series. Sounds a bit risky to me. Nice, that's also useless. Because we're going to be building the elevator. Oh wow, that's an unpleasant sound. Okay, let's set up some more solar because we're obviously not going to blast with how much solar I have right now. As you can just see, we just heard hundreds of buildings shutting down. Maybe not hundreds though. Only once managed to plant down 1,000 plus buildings. Or was it 10,000? I'm not sure. Got the achievement wobble lobba dub dub on a single colony. Come on, solar. Oh, great. Didn't know that sensor towers could be taken down if you have that tech that makes them invulnerable to pretty much everything. Also need to set up a second battery. Seems like one just won't be enough. Or my brain tells me I have not gotten any highly advanced maths. More solar. Yeah, I still have this reaction of automatically pausing at any slightest move. Maybe I should install the no pause mode. What do you say? Mod. Oh wow. The rocket's coming close. Definitely not sending the Explorer there. Not until a couple of hours later when this meteor storm ends. Actually, a single hour. Okay, so we need a grocer. I've heard that grocer isn't essential. Colonists only take a -3 hit to their comfort, but I'd like to cover most tabs. Set up the infirmary. Here's a quick tip with the infirmary. You can staff it with the worst people, but as long as there's a single person in every shift, they'll lower the comfort necessary for births by like 20-30. Hospitals and medical centers are slightly more effective. And I think scientists like luxury, so I'm also going to give them an amphitheater. Last time I played, my engineers, geologists, and scientists really loved that, and we have got to build the hanging gardens. Once I forgot to build anything else except a grocer and an infirmary on a colony, just because I had a hanging garden. I was surprised that I never built a space bar. Seriously, build. Why can I not get more polymers? Okay, whatever. Get some more drones. Okay. Give them some gardens. Because the ecology is probably not going to get built in time. Come on, colony, get moving! Destroy the life pods, extra metals, why not? Let's set down a food depot. And tell the drones that they need to give it some stuff. You don't want the food ending up in the wrong side of the colony. What building destroyed? Oh well, there's another supply pod. Don't let it in the landing pad or we might not be able to land the rocket in time. Okay. New transport route. I don't exactly like that the drone phase of surviving Mars can be a bit grindy. Say goes for the mid or late game phase. Especially if you have Lost Ark game rule on. Okay, that rocket's gonna come close. Hanging guard is low priority. Those are high priority. We don't want colonists to starve, you know. They won't actually starve, but they'll go mad because no person in the grocer will, I don't know, fry an egg for them. 5 more hours on that thing. Huh. It's making me incredibly nervous. I'm not really sure why I want to do this, but I feel like maybe if we convince the drones to move the concrete, there'll be less drone load. It might give us higher drone load, but less drone load later. Okay, land the next supply pod. Where should I land it? There, I guess. Okay, here come the dust tornadoes. Still no comments telling me if I should stop using this glitch where I delete the dust tornadoes. Will they even be deleted? 4 more hours. I think I'll have to land that rocket right now. If you're wondering about me getting an extra explorer, here's the thing. I want to get to the underground fairly quickly. Delete that because it's useless. But here come our first colonists.
Milestone achieved.
Full of hope and determination, the first founders have set foot on the Red Planet.
Well, here we go again. Colonists again. I don't even know how many colonies I've made since I started playing Surviving Mars. Also, here's a fun thing. I looked at how much data Surviving Mars is storing in my computer. And guess what? I have something like a couple of gigabytes worth of saves. Why? Well, Surviving Mars has kept every single save of mine. Minus my very first colonies which failed, which I've thrown in the trash. Not sure why. They were nice colonies. And, well, that's my little trick of them. As long as an infirmary is working every single shift, and yes, I will ensure that only medics are there. That's why we brought medics to Mars. It worked. Now, why is no one transporting resources? Why? I guess it's out of drone hub range, so I'll have to use the transport very quickly. Someone please, guys, in the comments, comment down below names for everything. Yeeks! Well, that is one close encounter. Of course, it's not that much of a problem if my transport gets messed up. Like, I will have to repair him. The only with the wasp drones, but wasp drones don't care about problems about stuff like dust tornadoes, as long as there's no dust storm. I once sent a wasp drone to fix a commander or an explorer or something like that. It flew over a cliff and the dust storm started exactly as it was flying back over the cliff. Eventually I had to scrap that wasp drone as I could not get another drone to repair it. Well, until it occurred. I thought I would scrap it until it occurred to me that I could repair it by simply, removing the ground underneath it. But then the wasp drones remained in there, the broken one. It's a bit odd. Okay, we're just waiting on stuff to be built, then our colonists will have a job. Here comes this little guy helping us with the resources. Drop them off there.
Anomaly analyzed.
Thank you, rare metals.
Sector scanned.
Tickles and Explorer down. Got a bit of a plan on how to get resources down there without RC transports. It'll probably look quite cool. Maybe I'll put it as this video's thumbnail. It does include wasp drones going straight off the cliff. And the research lab is set up, officially generating research on the surface of Mars that is not from an explorer, but from people. And it's a bad idea though, like tons of electronics maintenance. Could we not simply import hundreds of RC explorers? I don't know. Let's also set this guy up to help them with the movement of the drones, with the movement of concrete. Do not export rare metals. I'm thinking of sending you on a lot more stuff just before we send you off back to Earth. Maybe with the rare metals. Or with rare metals back to Earth.
Research complete.
Instead of just sending you to another place. Subsurface heating. I feel like that's essential. Like, it's like they've added a grace period to the game in where you don't get any cold waves, dust storms. Well, you do get meteor showers, but fairly light ones. But I still feel like it's very, very risking it with not having a subsurface heater. We may have some research, but it's not a lot. So if I get a message saying cold wave in 2 sols, then we're probably not going to be able to research the subsurface heater. So that's why it's in the research queue, even though I wish I could have spent that research on something cooler. Why are you a prime minister? Okay, now we have to set it to do some manual stuff right now. Grab electronics, grab metal. And go repair a sensor tower. High polymers. Guess that's the only benefit of meteor storms. Yeah, the dome will be uncontrolled by drones, but I hope that we can get a couple of drones before any problem happens. You know, drones to build stuff. And there goes the ecology. Guessing that's helpful. I just hope we have the we won't have too many water problems with this guy. But the storm could potentially knock us out. I'm not sure. I've done the water math. And there we sent the explorer into underground. That's why I brought another explorer. So quick recap. I've brought an RC Safari. I've catapulted the rover down a shaft. And that's pretty much it. I also did make another ramp or 2. And I set up a lot more sensor towers. But that's it. I've also repaired that sensor tower. It was fairly boring. Like, I don't think you guys would have liked to watch 10 or 20 minutes of me doing pretty much nothing. First of all, why are your metals set up in a weird way, and second, you seem to have run out of electronics. I have seemingly also have omitted the fact that a colonist has been born, and I also set up this rocket to go off.
Sector scanned. No active research. Research complete.
And yeah, I got subsurface heating. That's another thing I forgot to tell you guys. But in the rest, nothing much. Should probably research the Stirling generator since we're going underground. From my guesses, I do not think that... I love this. It's useful. It's more than just useful in a way. It also makes the colonists happy. Well, it doesn't pop up there. Well, send the explorer that did not get shot down a shaft to the underground there and then there. Not sure why I'm scanning that one. Then bring him back home because we are playing on a map with a ton of disasters. Or potential disasters. But I do not like the idea of a dust tornado hitting him. What kind of terrain is that? I've never noticed it before. Maybe they changed terrain there in generation in Below and Beyond. Excuse me? What just happened here? Okay, first of all, dome, high priority. Oh, we need to beef up our power. And get some turbines. Don't like the machine parts cost, but I don't exactly want to die either.
Research complete.
And turning off during the night. Like, as long as you're running at least a single shift per day, you're going to survive. Also set up some more solar, or that thing will fail during the night. During the day, sorry. It's not connected to the main grid. And cold waves increase power consumption basically, but as long as you're running something at least a single shift per day, it's not going to freeze. Be quiet about hypothermia. That was under 0.01 seconds worth of hypothermia, or maybe like 10 minutes, because 0.01 seconds for me is a lot more in-game time. But honestly, can't you guys last a single second without going nuts? Because I forgot the dome heaters. Seriously? Of course not.
Sector scan.
We already sent an explorer down and researched that.
Anomaly found.
Oh,
Anomaly
okay.
found.
Let's see the underground. Now, fairly nice starter cave. I can hardly wait to get like build RC transports and constructors and so on here, so I can, build stuff. Okay, you're nearly there. Noise.
Sector scanned. No active research. Research complete.
Good thing. Oh, fine. I'll research tech that makes people a bit better. Is there any way how I could get my videos to be better? And also, we seem to have not gotten that thing that gives you free RC, either free RC transport or some free resources, or quickly research that tech for you. That's not the best, but at least we've got 15 drone prefabs. But I'll still build a couple more sensor towers, because they're nice and they warned us a long time before. Yeah, you should probably also start gathering rare metals.
Anomaly analyzed.
There's more to the...
I just love the animations in this game. I wish they would add it to real life Mars if a colony is made. Like, I don't know, why can we not have domes in real Mars? Of course, they'll be highly impractical, and it would be better to make a couple of networks of metallic tubing. And of course, hydroscopic vaporators would simply not work on Mars. And our power would be mainly generated by Stirling generators, maybe with some solar panels. Because, the storms on Mars are real and last long. And here comes the cold wave. I wonder, do cold waves exist on the real Mars? I know that everything goes really cold if there's a dust storm. At least it's obvious. But that's all. Let's see, anomaly. And what have you found? Wait, how can resource find the way underground? Explore. Oh, you found machine parts and metals and polymers. Nice. Machine parts will help cancel the cost of this elevator. I think it costs 30 rare metals. Now what do we have here? Collapsed tunnel and an anomaly. Let's head back up over the ground.
Research complete. Resources are low.
About time we build some more houses. Like, we won't need them immediately. Our birth rate is too low to immediately need more housing, but could be useful. Let's also give some kids a nursery and a playground. kids on Mars, on surviving Mars, can turn out kind of bad unless they have at least a single playground. Like, can get whiner plus coward plus lazy, and that's not good. Also, renegade. Well, renegades later in their lives, but the playground ensures that all the traits are good. Kind of.
Anomaly found.
When did you freeze? I thought that power set up so you wouldn't freeze. Oh well, we know what we have to do. We have to emergency set up a subsurface heater. Because otherwise, I honestly do not know what would happen. Something bad with our colonists, I guess.
Sector scanned.
Come on, drones. Get that built.
The colonists are on the brink of...
Also, if you're wondering about the absurd amount of electronics that I've suddenly got, I got a resupply mission. Just something normal, you know, send rocket back to Earth, bring it back. Boring stuff, not really that exciting.
Scanned.
I don't really feel like resupply missions are really that exciting unless, you know, we're in a real crisis. But we're not. We're just doing research stuff. Basically, I'm sending the rocket on that mission that gives us 400 research per sol from our sponsor. Okay, you're online. Power him up, your emergency. Oh great, that's annoying. Really annoying. To fix this. Oh, the solar panels. It's nighttime now. Well, long cable probably will come back and kill me, but who cares? Okay, Mr. Transport, go grab some metals, and someone please tell me what to rename him to. Because these drone rovers, they need names. Also thinking that once I get like a bit more subscribers than the 2 that I have right now, maybe I should just go and, you know, set up a mod that renames my colonists after subscribers. That could be fun. Because why not? And open the Sterling, we need a lot of power suddenly. Good, please unfreeze. Come on, don't kill my colonists. Open it a bit more because maybe that...
Sector scanned.
Good, you're online.
Active research.
I'm popping water.
Research complete.
Well, let's get going. Self-sufficient lighting. Maybe we can build a bit of lighting soon. Wish the game would allow me to throw more than just an explorer down the chute. Like, if an explorer can fit, why not a commander? Why not a transport? You know, set up the basic infrastructure lighting just before the elevator comes down, because you can get polymers in the underground. And if you can throw down rovers, why not drones and why not resources? Why not colonists? Well, if they throw down colonists, I really hope they give the colonists some kind of jetpack or at least a very springy trampoline thing, or they'll be... I do not like to think of what it'll look like when the colonists crash into the ground. Okay, looks like we're having sanity issues. Turn off the overclocking on people. It isn't that powerful. Like, I think what happens is that it gives plus 20 performance for that very specific shift, not plus 20 performance per colonist. So if you want to use overclocking the best way, go and set 1 person per shift. Ooh, that could be fun. Then also scan the other guys. I like using shift to quickly set up a lot of scans and then return back to colony. Someone can make a mod where when when rovers finish their tasks, they return back to the colony, stuff like that. More resources. I guess that's useful. Is it useful? Maybe it'll be useful in the future. Also have a big question. I've seen wasp drones flying through buildings and surviving Mars before, so can't they fly through over tunnel walls and through the collapsed tunnels and through over those pieces of cave-in? Or will they refuse to? I'm very curious.
Sector scanned.
Great, you've broken down. What made you break down? Why can no one set up some kind of AI to quickly, make these guys dodge and then return to their tasks? If that thing is just incredibly hard to do, like passage hubs. Set up a recharge station. And there goes the rocket. Okay, you, back to your tasks. Breakthrough, research, key? I think I've messed up. Basically what I want to do is so that it checks out the key first, giving me new tech, which I can then further progress on using the research breaker, normally. Also, should I grab tourists? Are tourists even useful? Like, they bring, as long as you get them off the planet immediately, the very second they want to, they don't need to eat any extra food. There I go, setting down decorations that are fully useless unless I want to set up tourists. To have the better safari mod, I'll add a mod list to this video, if I can, or the next video, or maybe the description.
Breakthrough discovered.
Forever young. Oh wow, I wish I could trade this for... It's useful, but not that useful, especially when it turns late game. The fact that seniors stop working in the late game is useful, because then you don't have to set up so many jobs unless you, I don't know, want to have 100 and 1,000 unemployed. And I want to see just how many people I can go for until they...
Research complete.
How many working people I can have. There's another dust tornado. A loop around the colony. Off we go. I love the Surviving Mars music, especially this very specific part. It's about to get loud. Okay, nothing else for me to show you, so 3, 2, 1, whoop! Okay, so quick recap. Brought a ton of supply pods and, well, I knew breakthrough. I guess that's useful? Whatever. Go explore some more stuff. Explore.
Sector scanned. Research complete.
If you're wondering about the outcrop thing about jog that I've created, I'm going to tell you guys to, well, give a couple of guesses in the comment. Now, where's my third medic again? What? Hello, third medic? Where are you? Well, okay, I guess maybe he's died or something. Or maybe we are getting a couple of seniors. I thought I just researched the breakthrough? Have I even researched the breakthrough or not?
Research complete.
Oh, I haven't. Now I have. So I'm guessing everyone will come back to their jobs right now. Fortunately, seniors don't have a defined time they die. They just say, like, I don't know, 0.5% chance. This is also probably not the exact number, that I'll die every day, every soul. The reason why I think it's not exact, and I'd say it's more likely to be an 8% than 0.5%. More metals you get, the more metals you get, the better the colony.
Sector scanned.
Should probably also give some new jobs to the odd random people who have not got the slightest idea what to do with themselves until I build some more stuff for them to work in.
Research complete. Milestone achieved.
I also did some resupply missions. Have I already told you guys? Are there any guys watching this video? Makes me a bit sad that I might be making content for nobody. Am I even making content? Please tell me what I'm doing wrong in the comments. So about all of this electronics importation, it is so we can do that little project, you know, for some 100 electronics in, some metals, some fuel, and out goes 400 sponsor research.
Phobos 2.
Anomaly found.
Tax Phobos 2, or whatever that was. Really should start looking at the story bits a bit more and showing you guys them, but yeah, I see them a lot of times. Every single time I play SMGP, I tend to get Phobos 2, Beagle 2, Viking 2, something like that. Is there a Phobos 2? Should probably also set up a trade pad. Wait, I just built a second landing pad.
Until today.
That wasn't it. Oh well, it'll do well to land the supply pods.
Sector scanned. Research complete.
So I've been thinking, what should we do after this series has done its primary stuff? Should I just move on to the next series? Like, once we get a self-sustaining colony, what should I do? Should I just try to make the biggest, coolest structures ever? Or should I move on to another series, maybe another game? Someone could tell me how to trade out myself out of that.
We just confirmed the location.
Spam the pause button, I think. Hello. That could be a good place for a small automatic metal extractor. But for the moment, we're relying on the RC transport. Someone give him a name, please.
Sector scanned.
I wish for another breakthrough. Breakthroughs are nice. The most annoying thing with breakthrough anomalies though is that when they appear when you deep scan a sector 2, and once one appears slap bang on the bottom of a dome. One dome which I just barely built. Start getting colonists in. Not the founder stage, like I was fairly deep in the game at that point. Still not telling you what that Flatten project is. You'll see in the next video, so remember to subscribe.
analysis tells us that we found...
Sector scanned.
Today
By the way,
was
if
a
you're
tough
wondering,
one. We lost one of them.
why my voice sounds a bit better, that is because I changed my microphone while I was recording. I was a bit bored of my last microphone because it was a bit painful in my ears if I wore it for more than 30 minutes. So I changed it. This was definitely a good idea because this microphone headset thingy is a lot better. I've forgotten its name though. It also doesn't fall out of my ears like the last one did. And instead of running on Bluetooth, well,
Sector scanned.
Bluetooth ends up being a bit wonky in where I live. Not very, but enough to really mess up audio. Also, the drone hub is also for that landscaping project. I'm going to give you a hint. I'm going to plonk the drone hub on top of the landscaping project. Try to guess what's it for, although it's fairly obvious now. Also, should I be using a jump cut? Because I'm about to use one right now. 3, 2,
Anomaly found.
change of plans. I'm not jumping cutting.
We discovered unusual crystals in the remains of a meteorite. The magnified images of their crystalline matrix were broadcast by...
Well, that's what happens when people who don't really know how to do science, like me, try to think they can't do science. Or figuring out what a rock is. A supply pod. What? 3, 2, 1, whoop! Oh, the concrete extractor ran out. That's a problem and a half. There isn't a lot of concrete stuff here. I think I'll demolish most of it except the concrete extractor itself, in case we get a nano refinement breakthrough. Nano refinement, building, if you have not destroyed something like a concrete extractor after its deposit run out, the concrete extractor will continue to refine. Tiny amounts. Wow,
Sector scanned.
that's probably going to last forever. You might even not need the moho, unless of course on fully automatic stuff. In the whoop thing, that's how I like to call me quickly fast forwarding the video. Basically what happens was that I sat around the colony and waited for like 5 souls because there's nothing else to do. And maybe this will be the thumbnail, but let's do a drone race. I can find drone number 1 out of all of these. I accidentally clicked drone number 1 off the view panel and I don't like what I don't like that I can no longer find drone number 1. Well, that's what I call a wasp dronery. Hello, where are you going, Gordon Drone? I hope you'll find your way back home. About this drone, do not worry about it. You'll see what happens. long as they're in the air and there's no dust storm, they don't care. Talk about that, there's a dust storm. How come I didn't notice that? Like, I always notice stuff like that. Guess the wind turbines will be our only source of power for some time, then let's upgrade them.
Sector scanned.
And I think this will be pretty much it for this video.
Meteor shower incoming.
See you later on the next video.